Oh, did that do it for you? Oh, it had to have done it for you since everyone seems to be so upset about Pokemon Let's Go that apparently Pokemon just cannot exist without the wild Pokemon battle, which effectively just becomes completely meaningless after the first couple minutes playing the game. It's like, cool, the really only reason why we weaken Pokemon in a strategic manner is to capture them, and if the capture mechanic is still in Pokemon, then really I don't see too much of a difference. Also, when you break it down, it's like, yeah, what happens in the post-game? In the post-game, wild Pokemon are only seen as Eevee farms, which you use for either horde battling when that was a thing, this SOS battling and all that, and pointless experience grinding. So if a Pokemon is not throwing out a move against another wild Pokemon, does it really destroy the entire experience of Pokemon? Well, the reaction to the Pokemon Let's Go trailer sounds like a yes, but that's what I'm saying about. I was like, wait. Are people really getting that upset about this? Are they even thinking, like, do they, I think the problem is that Pokemon battles against wild Pokemon have become so insignificant, people just forgot what they were. Because there's no point to it. That, for the most part, like, I don't think I have intentionally wanted to engage in a wild Pokemon battle since, like, Generation 4. That ever since then, it's like, you know what the first thing I do with all my money is? I buy repels. I use trainers and wild Pokemon to get my main Pokemon higher than anything else, and then I repel my way through that cave. I repel my way through that tall grass. It's funny how Zubat's a meme, but then when Zubat isn't, but then when, like, Pokemon battles are taken away, oh, now Zubat isn't a meme anymore, and the only thing you want in life is that wild Pokemon encounter, also ignoring that the encounter system in Pokemon Let's Go is going to be completely different. So it's not like you need a Pokemon to defend you from a wild Pokemon attack like we see right here. It functions completely different. And that's why I don't understand how people are upset. So let's actually watch a little bit of Let's Go and see how the gameplay is supposed to go. Also, I'm going to slow down the speed just so we can, like, watch what happens. That doesn't go by too quick. So this is like the kind of interaction that we got. Play with one Joy-Con. Alright, so it's already like a one-hand thing. And this is the Pokemon encounter that we go into tall grass, but the Pokemon flies into us, or it's doing its own little running around, then we get to avoid it. And then we see the get ready, and then the kid throws a ball, and that's it. So it is Pokemon Go mechanics. Now, the thing is, I also didn't hear too many complaints about this being how Pokemon Go is. I guess since it isn't a main series game in Pokemon Go, and they saw it as a spin-off, that way spin-off features can apply. Now, another thing that's really weird is even though the developers of Pokemon in the conference that you can find on Pokemon YouTube channel say multiple times that Pokemon Let's Go is a main series Pokemon game, people are just calling it a spin-off, and then they're upset that it has spin-off mechanics like we find in Pokemon Go. So really, there's no consistency to the argument, and it makes no sense, especially when we just keep watching it play out, and you really think about Pokemon battles. That as long as there's trainer battles, like, you can still battle Pokemon. We are not losing Pokemon versus Pokemon action and fully boiling this down into Pokemon Go kind of mechanics. That there's still trainer battles which are shown throughout this, like right here on Nugget Bridge. And even then, the Pokemon battles look gorgeous. Now, the 2v1 does seem a little unfair, but look at that. Everything else seems to be intact. That we have hit points on the bar. We have Pokemon. You can see that it all plays out about the same. We have levels. So there's levels, which kind of are also in tandem with CP. Not really sure how that system's going to work, but looks pretty good. Pokemon have a balanced amount of hit points, and then a moveset that they can use. So Thundershock, Growl, and then also Leech Seed, Poison Powder, Sleep Powder, Takedown. It seems right. Like, everything else about Pokemon's here, except for encountering wild Pokemon, which, again, I feel is not that great after a certain amount of time. Like, here's the problem. You hear Pokemon fans complain like, oh, Pokemon's just the same thing over and over again. That back in the mid-2000s, this was one of the biggest complaints. Like, oh, Generation 3 is the same thing. Generation 4 is the same thing. Generation 5, same thing. Like, that's kind of it. Like, the only thing keeping Pokemon from getting a 10 out of 10 or a 9.5 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10 is that people just kind of call it the same thing and then leave it there. So then, when the Pokemon Company actually innovates and does something crazy that is a genuinely good feature, people get upset about it. So, it's this mix of like, oh, Game Freak, you're doing everything the same too much. That's making Pokemon bad. Ooh, you change things, and I don't like that, so now Pokemon is bad. And there's also all these other cool things that are going on, like the Pokeball effectively giving you like Pokewalker Pokemon Go Plus with the Pokewalker inside of it. Like, look at that. You just hold it, and then you interact, and then you get to throw the Pokeball. That is neat. And I think, actually, judging off of this, it looks like when you hold on like that, it homes in. So that way it gives you that kind of hands-free play, but then every other feature looks amazing. So the wild Pokemon encounters still have good depth, good environment to them. You get to have Pokemon follow you, and you get to ride your Pokemon if they're large enough. But nope, none of that matters. Game Freak changed one feature when you've been demanding Game Freak to change features, and now everybody hates the game. You wanna know something really funny that's subtle throughout this video? How impactful have these Pokemon battles seemed to you? Because all I need to do is press one move, such as Sacred Sword, I'm able to one-shot all the Pokemon in the highest level of the game. I think that's another thing to consider, is that there's nothing lost, even in the mid-game. Like, if you want to cheese the mid-game super hard, you battle some trainers, you find some money, you save up some money, and then you get Quick Balls. And even in Pokemon Sun and Moon, Quick Balls are given to you. So what's the thing with a Quick Ball? Well, on the first turn, if you use it on the first turn, it's an enhanced encounter, or an enhanced capture rate, which is good for capturing almost every Pokemon in the first 2 islands on the first turn. So you literally get that Pokemon Go experience. Like, almost all of my Pokemon are in Quick Balls, just because that's how easy it is to capture them. Like, let's go and test this out right now. So here's my Quick Ball on the first turn. The only thing that's changing between this and Pokemon Let's Go is the fact that I threw out an Aegislash on the field. So the only thing that's different is this Pokemon is staring at that Pokemon, and this is the gameplay that, if removed, destroys Pokemon and makes it to where I just cannot buy this. I cannot support Game Freak and their shill, money grabbing, cash out, just horrible behavior. I just played Pokemon Go, guys. And you know what the funny thing is? We've all been playing Pokemon Go. If you've used a Quick Ball to catch Pokemon, because it's more efficient, the most efficient way to play Pokemon Sun and Moon and to play Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is Pokemon Go. You're either one-shotting it, which makes it a very uninteractive experience. You're using the Pokemon purely for experience, which doesn't really mean anything for the Pokemon battle, or you're literally throwing a single Pokeball to try to capture it. And if that ball misses, you might as well throw an Ultra Ball, or maybe you resort to using one move or status or something. Ooh, I use False Swipe. All the gameplay in Pokemon Let's Go is meaningless because I do not get that one turn of False Swipe. So that's what I was thinking. Like, when I saw the hate, I'm like, people are bandwagoning the mob mentality of outrage on pure stupidity. That there is absolutely nothing supporting that. Hey, want to see me do it again? So let's go over here. Let's grab this Quick Ball. Let's do a magic trick. I call this one Pokemon Go. So, I mean, like, it just doesn't make any sense because sure, it feels core and sure, it's always been there. But I think that this is actually one of those instances of nostalgia glasses. People say, like, oh, Pokemon Generation 1 wasn't as good as people say, and all this, just this Kanto Gen 1er fan service is killing Pokemon. It's like, it's the other way around. There's absolutely no nostalgia glasses behind Generation 1 because it stands on its own, and what Pokemon has done with Pokemon Let's Go is create the ultimate true Pokemon experience. Like what I've been saying, and I don't care if people get mad at me for this, because if you watch this trailer, if you watch the Pokemon Go trailer, actually, let's do the other one. Let's speed this up so we get to see it faster. If you watch this trailer, if you watch the original Pokemon Go trailer, it shows the spirit of Pokemon. The spirit of Pokemon is no matter what age you are out there enjoying Pokemon. The spirit of Pokemon is no matter what situation you're in, you are going to play and have the ultimate Pokemon experience. And when you look at what has happened with this, you look at the developers, you look at the conference that they had, or the press release, it's pretty much that they developed this to make it the most real Pokemon experience possible. That you actually throw the Pokeball for the Joy-Con, which, you know, it's a quick, simple, reduced experience. You still have Pokemon battling, and they developed this for all Pokemon players. This is not a game for young kids. This is not a game exclusively for new players. This is a game for everyone. Pokemon Go fans that want to explore their love, fans that have been around since Red and Blue came out, and newer fans just kind of stumbling around in the series. This is all the work that Game Freak has put into it. They intentionally made this. They intentionally made the Pokeball accessory to feel as real as a Pokeball would. They put a lot of research and development into how to simulate a real-life Pokemon experience for this. And that's why I like this so much. A lot of love and depth went into this, and just because they remove one needless feature, people get upset. Just because it's too much like Pokemon Go, which isn't Game Freak's fault. Niantic killed Pokemon Go. The only failure around that game is 100% Niantic's fault. But the rest of it, like I said, you look at the Pokemon Go trailer, and it is the ultimate Pokemon experience. It's Pokemon in the real world. It's getting out and having an adventure. And Pokemon Let's Go just ties all that together. So it's pretty much the not Niantic destroyed Pokemon Go experience on the Switch that you can, you know, have fun with your friends out in the wild if you want to, or you just play Pokemon Go instead, and then you link it all together. So this is pretty much trying to make the most immersive, complete, tied together Pokemon experience where wherever you go in life, you're able to catch Pokemon. Whatever you're doing, you're able to transition that into having a real Pokemon experience. So I think that's just awesome. And really, the only thing that's ruining the Pokemon Let's Go reveal are entitled Pokemon fans that have no respect for the history of Pokemon. Because you see this from, like, Generation 5 fans. There's a lot of war between it. Like, oh, everyone that hates Generation 5 is just a Gen 1er. But I like 6th Generation more. I like 4th Generation more. Or 7th Generation is my favorite generation. Gen 1er! That's pretty much how it breaks down. So anytime something that isn't new gets some attention, people start to have a complete fit over it. And they're not Pokemon fans. These are just Pokemon players that are upset they're not getting their spoiled, entitled view of Pokemon, even though this is true Pokemon. This is exactly the Pokemon experience that Game Freak has been trying to deliver from the beginning, and that's what they've been saying. So these are non-Pokemon fans that are getting mad at developers for creating their vision for Pokemon. They're taking out on the other fans for appreciating this true Pokemon experience, and then it's just not about giving a chance. This is why the Pokemon community is in the worst position it's ever been, and this is why it's super sad. Like, I hope a lot of older Pokemon fans come back into this because of it, that they need to see this for what it is instead of fall into that mob mentality of just like, oh, well, it's dumb, so there's no reason coming back in. It's like, don't let the new fans scare you. This is a game for true Pokemon fans only, and you know what? I think that's amazing. So if you guys enjoyed the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.